Hey book lovers, Kaylee here, and welcome back to the Enchanted Library. And today's video, I'm going to give you my TBR for the Medieval-a-thon. If you are unaware, the Medieval-a-thon is a readathon that is hosted by Holly Hart's Books, and it takes place from January 10th until February 10th. This, I believe, is the third year that she has hosted this readathon, and it's the first time that I'm participating. I can't believe I've never heard about this before. I love the idea, I love the premise, and if you want to hear more about really what goes into the readathon, or you want more in-depth information, because I'm just going to be covering my TBR, definitely go check out her channel. I will leave a link in the description down below, and I might even be able to put a card up here as well. So this year's iteration of the Medieval-a-thon is centered around profession. Now, to start out, every book that you read bumps you up in nobility. You do start out as a prisoner if you read 0 books, and then you can rank up as you read more books. Now, the profession that I am going to be participating in is the tailor or seamstress profession. I did put a poll out on my Instagram, so be sure to follow me on there to keep up to date with things. But I put a poll out there to see what profession I should do, and you guys picked tailor or seamstress. So I ran through the TBR prompts, and I have selected some books for it, so let's get into it. The first prompt is level 1, and that is draper's assistant. Your family's tiny cloth stall needs help selling their low-quality fabrics. It's slow work, but it puts food on the table. And the prompt for this is to read a book that you're unsure about. Now, the book that I decided for this one is Prudence by Gail Carriger, and honestly, before I posted my Read What You Own 2021 TBR video, this probably wouldn't have been on this prompt. However, there is a part of the synopsis in this that really has me hesitant, so I am a little weary going into this book, but it's basically a steampunk start of a series, and the thing that has me hesitant is that there's apparently werewolves in here, and I'm not too keen on werewolves. So, we'll see how this goes, but this is for prompt level number 1. Next up, level 2 is Weaver, and this is picking up your first bone needle. Simple clothing and baskets are your specialty. Your pay will be docked if you do a sloppy job. And the prompt for this one is first book to a series. And guys, for this one I feel so on trend, but I am going to be reading The Duke and I, and that is by Julia Quinn. Now, this one has been on my radar for a little while. I did order this thinking that I was ordering the original cover, but I ended up getting the one that has like the coming to Netflix thing on it. So I'm not too happy with the edition that I have, but oh, Bridgerton, it is all the rage right now, and it's taking me a while to get to. This is basically a historical romance. I hear the ending has a little bit of questionable stuff, so I'm a little worried about that, but it is the first book to a series, and I think that it will suit this prompt very well. Next up, we have level 3, which is Embroiderer. Shears, pins, patterns, chalk, you have all the materials you need to make the fashion trends ladies and lords want. And the prompt for this is a book embossed or foiling on the cover. This one was shockingly difficult. I usually have embossed books or foiled books, but apparently I just don't right now. But I did find one, and it's actually under the dust jacket. So for this one, I'm going to be reading The Poetry of Emily Dickinson. This is the Everyman's Library Pocket Poets edition. I love these editions. I think they're beautiful. And underneath the dust jacket, let me just show you, it has Dickinson. It is only gold foil. It's not embossed, but I think that this will fit the prompt perfectly. Level 4 is Tailor Shop Owner. You've earned enough money to open up your own storefront. Nobles may come to you for special attire made from the softest of fabrics. And the prompt for this one is the last book you bought or borrowed. Now, this one is a tricky one because I have a bunch of books coming in from orders that I placed in December, and it's just going to be a roll of the dice, really. So whichever one comes in when I'm ready for this prompt, that will be it. So that's going to be an interesting one. No idea what book it's going to be because I have big books and I have small books, so who knows what book is going to be chosen for this level. And level number 5, and that is the highest level, is Fashion Trendsetter. Cloth making is a breeze and custom clothing is no problem with your expertise. Your skills with designing, stitching, and draping surpasses all others in the trade. And the prompt for this one is the prettiest book on your shelf. I really had a hard time choosing this one because I feel like there are so many beautiful books on my shelf, but I feel like I need to stick with kind of a theme here, and I decided to go with a historical romance again. So all of these have a little bit of like history in them, except for I guess Prudence, but that one is historical sci-fi, so it kind of suits. But I ended up picking Edenbrooke by Julianne Donaldson. This book is basically about a woman named Marion who is tired of her life in Bath. She wants to get away from a potential suitor who she really is not interested in, and then she gets invited to visit her sister Cecily, who is her twin sister, and they end up meeting the heir of Edenbrooke. I feel like there's going to be some accidental twin swapping going on in here, but I am very excited to read this one. I've heard so many lovely things about it, and just look at this edition. I think it is gorgeous. It has like a canvas spine, it's got this beautiful filigree at the front, and a cameo, and I love it so, so much. Those are the books for my TBR for Medieval-a-thon. Be sure to follow me on Instagram to keep track of where I'm at and what my nobility ranking is, because that is something also that I'm excited to see how far up I can get. And then who knows, maybe at the end of this series I will do a wrap-up video talking about my thoughts on the books and how I ended up doing overall with Medieval-a-thon. Because apparently there are some people who make stories around what the profession and the character and nobility are. So I don't know, maybe I can get a little creative. So be sure to like this video if you're excited about Medieval-a-thon, or if you have any of these books on your TBR, if you've read any of them. And if you have, leave a comment down below letting me know your thoughts. And be sure to subscribe to this channel and hit that bell notification, so then that way you are always notified anytime I post a new video. And until next time, keep reading.